So because this video is going to be so long, let's just get right into it. The first thing you're going to need is a canvas block wig head. I would say use styrofoam if you want, but those are really small. My head is a 22 inch, so I'm going to use a 22 inch. I'm going to be using Lemoda Hair. I did do a review. I'll leave the link right here in the description box as well. I'm going to be using a wig cap. This is a U-Part wig cap, some weaving thread. This is nylon weaving thread. I prefer that better. A clip, some T-pins, several needles just because it'll have the process go by faster, some scissors that you don't care about, and your wig cap is going to have if you get this one, it's going to have those adjustable straps, which I love. So go ahead and place your wig cap. You can use the dome wig caps as well, but I mean, this already has kind of like a guideline made out for me. Since it's a U-Part wig cap, it's already kind of made for this, so it makes it a lot easier for you beginners. So go ahead and adjust the straps properly, and we'll get started just pinning that down in place so it doesn't move anywhere. Disclaimer, guys, my hand is severely ashy throughout this video. But it's because I took bathroom breaks and I'm not about to put lotion on my hands and then try to sew. It's going to get really slippery. So anyways, go ahead and T-pin that down right where that lace starts or where your ear would be at. I do want to bring it a little past where the ear would be or right above where the ear would be, just so you can have some length in the front. I like when it falls in the front. If you don't want it to fall in the front, you're welcome to start with it down on the bottom. Yeah, but I prefer it this way because I like how the hair falls. So once it's teed down on both sides and you can kind of see where you need to start, go ahead and get started sewing that needle through. So you're going to remove the T-pin and you're going to start right at the edge. You can also put it through the weft first if you'd like, if you feel more comfortable with that. But I personally just put it underneath the weft and then through the cap. And then I thread it through the center of the thread. So once again, I'm going to thread it underneath the weft, through the cap, and then through the center of the thread, then pull in. This is going to create like a knot and secure it a lot more than if you just threaded it through and then pulled it, threaded it through, pulled it, threaded it through. It creates like some more security. You are putting a lot of weight on this wig cap and you do want it to be secure, so this is what does help out. Also, it creates this nice uniformed look. So it looks pretty neat. I like how it looks. Like, it doesn't look messy, and it kind of helps you out with not going too far. So that, I mean, if you're sewing too far, you're like moving another inch over to sew in the next piece of thread, it's going to be flimsy and it's going to get loose fast. So you want it to be secure. So I'm going to speed up the rest of the video throughout this video and just kind of slow down when I feel necessary, or when I feel it's necessary to explain something to you guys. Okay. When you get near the back, there's going to be a little flap on the bottom where the adjustable strap is. Make sure you're sewing above the adjustable strap. So once you reach the other side of the head, you're going to have to make the decision whether you want to cut your wefts or you're going to do the fold over method. I personally do the fold over method because when cutting your wefts, you promote so much more shedding, and I just don't need that in my life. So I'm going to go ahead and do the fold over method. Before I fold over the weft onto the next row, I am going to double knot. This is simply just placing the needle through the thread twice instead of once like we've been doing. So this is going to create double security. Then you're going to go ahead and fold over the weft. I did have to change needles on this one, I'm sorry guys, so that's what I'm doing right now. I'm changing my needle and then I'm starting again. So let's slow this down. I'm going to go ahead and sew underneath the weft, through the cap, through the thread, and again through the thread. See that? And then just pull it. And it's going to create a double knot instead of just one knot. That's why it's taking a little bit more work to get it through. And then this is nylon thread as well, so it's kind of stretchy. You can either cut it at this point and then tie it and then cut your weft off, or you can do what I'm doing right now, and I'm going to do the fold over method. So I'm just going to fold the weft over as if it was going to start a new row on top. I'm going to hold it down with my thumb so that it gets really flat, and then I'm going to secure it in the middle, just because once we get to that center I can go ahead and take the T-pin off and then we can create the other side. But I want to make sure this side is nice and secure. So you want that little fold over to be as flat as possible. So that's why I use my thumb to hold it down. You're gonna thread underneath the weft through the cap, and then you're gonna twine that thread around twice around the needle. It's the same thing as putting it through the needle, it's just it's a little bit easier when you don't have an extra hand. And pull as tight as possible without breaking the thread or the needle, and then do that same thing again. This time I'm just using the method we were using when we were sewing. Just pull it, and then you're just going to continue the sewing process all the way until you get to the other side again. I really hope this is all making sense for you people who are not visual learners. I hope this is making sense. Otherwise, you visual learners, get your learn on. When ending a needle, this is why I say it's a lot better to have several needles ready for you, because the threading of the needle takes a while. But you're going to go ahead and do it as if you were going to start a new weft. I'm going to thread it through twice, make sure that's nice and secure, cut it, and then I'm going to go ahead and tie again just to make sure it's extra secure. And then you can cut off that excess and then thread through right where you ended. And that's how you start a new one, guys. Now let's just say you needed to start a new weft in the middle of a row. I personally sew through the weft, and this is the only time I ever sew through the weft. I double knot, and then I just continue as regular. So once again, you're going to sew through the weft, through the cap, through the thread 2 times to create that double knot, and then just continue to sew as normal. Now I've completely installed the first 2 bundles, the 20 and 22. I'm going to go for the 18 now. So I'm going to start off just like I created the wig. But we are working our way towards the front now, as you can see. I am going to start off on the perimeter of the wig cap and then just go right around. Now you do understand that this is a U-Part wig, so don't worry about the front too much, because nobody's gonna see that. I know it looks like right now like it could be worn as a wig, but it's not supposed to be worn like that, so don't be out there looking like that, girl. Anyways, I'm ready for the next one. I completed the other row. It's the same process, and I don't want to sit here and make you guys keep watching me sew. So now that we're at the 16-inch bundle, this is going to get a little different. Normally we would continue and go forward, but now we're going to fold over towards the back. So I'm going to sew onto the weft that's right here and then fold over in the center. I'm not going to go all the way to the front of the hair. Now this is how we're going to close off this little gap. So you're gonna sew through the weft so that the two wefts that are touching each other aren't gonna separate from each other and lift up, and it's not a big giant bulge. Now we're gonna fold over and sew through that other corner of that other weft, and then keep sewing through the middle, sewing through the middle. Then once we reach the end, we're gonna sew through both of those wefts and then just fold over. And this is gonna help it be flat, because if you don't sew through the weft, it's just gonna be a little bit bulkier than you like. I really hate to have to sew through the wefts, but in this case, I know I'm not gonna be sewing through a large section of the weft. It's just this little gap here in the front, and this is if you want it to be flat. If you don't mind the bulkiness, then don't do it, and it'll be better for you. But I personally don't like that bulkiness at the front, so I do want to close off this entire section, and we're almost done, guys. So I'm going to cut off that last piece. Now I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with this last piece. I'm going to cover up that little gap in the front, and the reason why I cut it was because I want to cover the perimeter of the hairline, and I want it to look nice and neat. You'll see in just a moment when I turn the wig around what exactly I mean. So by bringing that last weft and sewing it in the front here, look at how much more neat that looks. Like, it just looks so much neater. Now, like I said before, I personally would not be out there wearing this like a regular wig, because I know right now it looks like one. It's a U-Part wig, so you need to leave some leave out. But I mean, if you're really that desperate, I guess you could go out there and bring some bang forward curl or something at least. So go ahead and close this off, and make sure you double knot so that it's super secure. Yay, we're done. Psych, we're not done. But it looks really gorgeous. I love it. It's nice and bouncy, the hair. I love this wave. Like, this is like my hair. Like, I could wet my hair and my hair would legit look like this. So I'm excited to try her on. But first, we're going to cut off these little straps here in the front. Unless you're like going for like a headband look or something, but I'm not. Coachella is a few months away, so we'll wait for that one. I'm gonna take this wig off, and I'm gonna put some wig clips in it just so it can be secured. I know it has an adjustable strap, but I am definitely a clip girl because I don't want that thing sliding around. So if you know how to sew, you know how to do this. If you did the wig, you could definitely do this. I'm gonna sew 4 wig clips onto this wig. In certain areas, it's up to you. It's all preference. I personally like to keep most of them in the front so they can be secure, and then I do put one in the back. So I got one in the middle, 2 on the sides, 1 in the back for security, just so when it's on my head. Now we're going to start our braiding process. As you can see, I've already sectioned off my leave out around, and this might be a little bit too much for some of you guys. I personally think I should have left a little less out, and it would have fallen a lot better. So I am taking out the perimeter of my hairline. Sorry guys, I have highlighter in my hair. You're gonna need some clips, some leave-in conditioner or moisturizer, some rubber bands, and a comb so that you can part your hair. So I've already brushed out my hair, that's why it looks a little frizzy. I do have some bio silk in there, and I am freshly washed. I'm going to need a hair tie or something to hold your hair up as well. And then I just place the clips in my hair so that I can, you know, have my hands available if need be. So I'm just sectioning my hair in like small sections straight down, and then I'm going to braid straight down. This is going to be the exact same way all the way around my head. Now if you don't braid, you are welcome to do like twist, or you can just like pull your hair back and try to get it as flat as possible, but I personally like to braid. So before starting your braids, make sure you're moisturizing your hair and your scalp especially if you're going to be leaving this on for a while. I'm only going to have this on for like a day or two. So I'm really not going to get too fancy with the parting or even the braiding, to be honest with you. But if I were going to be sewing this hair down onto my head or actually leaving this on for like the entire week, I would definitely recommend taking your time with the parting and taking your time with the braiding, just because the flatter the foundation, the better it looks and just more realistic and more laid. Like, I just prefer to have the braids a lot more flat, but if you're in a hurry like I am, don't worry about it. Especially if the wig is curly, because the bulk is already going to be hidden from the curly hair. I've braided all the way around my head and I've placed the tail ends up with a bobby pin. Now I'm going to place the center clip in the middle of my hair, and then I'm going to apply the 2 clips on the side and then go ahead and tuck everything underneath and shove that other clip on the bottom in. Then you're going to go ahead and remove the side braids, which was our perimeter leave out. This is going to be blended in with the wig. Keep in mind, guys, this is all personal preference. You can leave more out or braid more down. Whatever works best for you or looks best on you, that's what you're going to do. Not everybody's hair is the same. Now that I finally got that braid out, I'm going to go ahead and apply some more of that leave-in conditioner and just get it all through my hair and condition my hair, because my hair was pretty dry from brushing it out. But it's a lot easier to part my hair when my hair is brushed out and not so tightly defined with curl. So go ahead and apply some moisture if you need it. You can also use a wand to create these curls if your hair is not naturally curly like mine. Yeah, so if you don't have curly hair like mine and your hair is like relaxed or something, go ahead and get a small curling iron or a small wand and just wand the hair and then go ahead and blend it in. So I'm going to part my hair where I want it, making sure that you cannot see any of the wig. And then just bringing some of that hair back so it does cover some of that wig. And I'm just using my fingers to blend this in. This can take a little while depending on your curl pattern and the hair's curl pattern. If I had like a kinky curly, definitely wouldn't work. I'd definitely be using a wand curler or a curling iron to define my curl, because my curl is not that tight. So now that I've parted my hair, I'm going to get my Hicks edges in a toothbrush of your preference, or even a spoolie, whatever you like to use to lie your edges down. I personally don't even like this toothbrush, so I'm going to change the toothbrush that I'm using, because this one isn't firm enough for my edges. It kind of just doesn't move them around the way I want them to. So find what works best for you. So I love this Hicks, like I live by it. I really love it. It's like $15, but it's definitely worth it. If you've watched any of my other wig videos, you definitely have seen this around. If you're new, welcome. This is my fave edge controller. Also, if you're new, don't forget to click the subscribe button. I post videos 1, 2, 3 times a week. So now I've basically got the parting and my edges the way that I want them. I'm just going to kind of manipulate the hair into the wig, just so it looks like one. So you might need to wet down the wig a little bit or whatever it might be, but I love it. It looks gorgeous. Look at her move. Look at her move, honey. Give it to me. Work it. Sway it. Get it. Yeah, guys, this is the end result. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you guys have any questions, leave them down in the comment box below. This hair and all the information you need to know about the hair and everything that I used throughout this video will be in the description box below, per usual. Well, guys, I love you. I love that you guys are here watching my videos. You guys make me happy every single day. Thank you guys for all of your support. Welcome to my new subscribers. Again, don't forget to click the subscribe button. I'm always posting videos for you guys. This is my hobby. Y'all know y'all are my rocks. Let me know what else you guys are interested in seeing. Anyways, I love you guys. I'll see you in my next video. Like always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share this video with somebody who might find it useful. See you in my next one. Love ya. Bye.